Yo, gang, you give life a new meaning when you dream, and it's your boy, Dream.
And it's Mr. Spin a whole check just to get fly. You spin a whole check just to get high, man. It's Kevin, back with another video.
We got Rose Kemp on Gang, Cape Town. You ready?
Let's get it.
The world's most violent places to meet one of the world's most violent gangs.
Kill them. How does it feel for the other person I did the rape?
Each moment brings me closer to an infamous brotherhood who rule through fear and terror. This is South Africa, place of contrasts, of haves and have-nots. Down there are vineyards, private schools, golf clubs, and slap bang in the middle is Pollsmoor maximum security prison. Built for 3,000 men, it now houses nearly 7,000. Nelson Mandela was imprisoned there under the apartheid regime.
Wait, he said it was only built for 3,000 men?
No, 7,000.
God damn, that shit's crowded.
Today's inmates are a little less savoury. Bank robbers, rapists, multiple murderers. But Pollsmoor is also home to one of South Africa's most feared and brutal fraternities, the numbers gangs.
26, 27, 28.
Come to see Chris Malhas. It's taken us 4 months to negotiate access to the prison that holds them. And after a 6,000-mile journey, I'm at the point of no return. I'm wondering just what I've got myself into. My guide through the labyrinth of Pollsmoor is Chris Malhas, a senior warder with 29 years service. He takes me straight to the arrival centre where hundreds of new prisoners are admitted weekly. It's an unnerving place. The frightened faces of the young prisoners tell their own story. They already know the horrific reputation of the number, and from this moment on, non-gang members are prey to robbery and sexual violence. This man is a convicted murderer and a senior member of the 28s. He's taking an interest in a new arrival, perhaps soliciting him for potential membership of the number, or simply seeking to extort money or favours. Every prisoner faces a humiliating strip search. While the authorities know many of them will be facing the number gang for the first time, equally many will have already submitted to their brutal power. Chris, they're making them squat, yeah?
Yep.
Why are they doing that?
We're looking for those who put drugs in their anus up.
In their anus?
So, yeah. And, well, they squat, maybe.
Because it pushes it out, yeah?
Yes.
And what will they have inside there?
The first nigga, he kept it, you feel me?
He kept it respectfully.
Yeah, he got to do his, this nigga happily probably got out of his job. Like, what's going on, bro?
They will have what we call a poke, you know.
A poke,
so,
yeah.
It's called, a piece of plastic.
Yeah.
And, you know, you have daga, mandrax, any drug substance. And that's also a way of, you know, preparing them for maybe, you know, later on to have sexual intercourse. You know, if you allow them to do the poke now, you agree to them, you know, for later on to, you know, abuse.
Being screwed.
Yeah.
As I watch prisoners arrive, I notice some are heavily tattooed. Chris informs me that they're members of the Number Gang, old hands returning to Pollsmoor. Their amateur tattoos are carved in with razors and blackened with ink. Gangsters are marked men for life.
So what is that?
What are these? Your rank?
Yeah.
What gang do you belong to?
You're 26s, yeah?
Okay, what is this for? What does it symbolize? The chain?
Don't want to say, huh?
And this means money?
Money.
It means money.
Thank you. Thank you. Chris is one of Pollsmoor's longest-serving warders and commands huge respect here. There's very little he doesn't know about the Number. These men are hardened, violent criminals, and it's solely due to his presence that they consent to be questioned.
Hello,
I'm Ross, mate. Pleased to meet you. Yeah? You in the 28s? Yeah? How long have you been in the 28s?
Hoe lang is je niet 28? Hoe lang?
28 years.
28 years.
28 years. You have the stars on your shoulders. What do they mean? What do they mean? Are they ranked?
Waar staan het?
It's an officer.
Your officer.
Steelers? Nee. I dig my what? My grave. Whose grave is this? Who's a grap?
It's my grave.
Didn't you dig your grave by becoming a 28?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? You say, I dig my grave because I become a 28. Okay. You're saying I cry for?
I cry for blood.
So, which line of the 28 you belong to? Which line? The bloodline.
The bloodline. The bloodline refers to the 28's fighting men and distinguishes them from what's known as the White Line, a subservient branch of the gang. Can I ask a question? What do you think of the 26? The 26? You don't know what I mean?
No.
You have no idea what I mean? Never heard of 26s? Not 27s? No. The Number has a pseudo-military hierarchy and is governed...
Alright, so do the 28s beef with the 26 and the 27, or are they all together?
He said he don't know them.
He don't know. So I'm assuming that they beefing with each other.
...by a code of silence, the breaking of which is punishable by death. Even with Chris's help, penetrating the world of the Number is going to be a tough assignment. The guys that we've talked to, the guys with epaulets tattooed on their shoulders, obviously the generals, the captains, or the first sergeants, second sergeants, obviously their personal esteem goes up when they're here, and you can understand why a lot of them want to get in here, because out there, they're pretty worthless, they're nothing. I've only been in Pollsmoor an hour, and it's an assault on the senses. Like entering a human zoo, the smells, sights and sounds are overwhelming. And I don't mind admitting, I'm frightened. I know not even the warders here are safe. Many warders have been stabbed here, haven't they, or killed. One warder had his eye cut out, didn't he?
Yeah.
And another guy, I think, was stabbed.
Yes, I was there. You were
standing there?
Yeah, I was right there when Mr. Murray, I think he retired this year, 2006. He was stabbed 5 times.
But how many warders are there inside the actual maximum security prison to a prisoner? What's the relationship?
The relationship is 1 to 100.
So there's one warder per 100?
Yeah.
And most of these people are murderers or violent criminals?
Violent criminals, yeah, rape, murders,
If I'm going to understand the Number, I'm going to have to mix with some of South Africa's most dangerous men. And my next step must take me into the lion's den. The Number comprise 3 gangs: the 26s, the 27s, and the 28s. So Chris, just tell me where I am in the prison now.
We're going now to the power base of the Number.
The power base of the Number?
Yes. We will go to 2 cells.
2 cells.
It's very dominant, 26 and 27.
The Number is a ruthless brotherhood. When gang law is broken, they execute punishment, subjecting offenders to murder, mutilation, or gang rape. Visits to cells are very rare, and our access to Pollsmoor is almost unprecedented. Chris wants to make sure I don't screw up.
When we go now to the units, you know, to the cells, you know, you focus, you have soft face, you know, you breathe, you know, and you make eye contact, and you think. You know, you never show them there's any fear. You know, you never show them that they are on top of you.
Well, if it starts going wrong, let me know.
I will.
We'll get out of there, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's not stay in there too long if we can help it.
Okay, sure.
Pussy.
That nigga said,
Pussy.
make sure you think. Make sure you think. You have a soft face.
He said, make sure we don't stay in there too long. Okay, champ.
Make sure you think.
I'll go in there, just not too long though. Make sure you think. Don't do nothing. Make sure you have a soft face. Don't go in there mean mugging anybody, nigga. They gonna chop your ass up.
Make sure you think.
Make sure you think, nigga.
That's what he told that nigga. Make sure you think. Like, what you mean? Make sure you think. Nigga.
Don't do no dumb shit.
Allora, you can come inside.
Chris's advice hasn't allayed my fears. So it's alright for me to go in, Chris?
You can step inside. Just step inside.
Afternoon. I spend an hour in the cell with some of the hardest men in the prison. Amongst them, a member of the 27, the Numbers Assassins. But I discover the Numbers' code of silence is stronger than I anticipated. But one thing that's becoming quite apparent to me is that you guys don't really want to talk about the number to me. Can you tell me why that is?
Because we took out, you see, never to reveal our secrets to anybody else, unless it's one of us.
Right.
Unless it's one of us.
And I'm not one of you. But can I ask...
That's facts though, feel me? It's just like if you do what's that shit in college? A frat. I mean, there's certain things you can't say. I mean, if you're doing a gang, there's certain things you can't say.
One more question. What would happen if anybody did?
Very dangerous. There is punishments. Very dangerous. I won't go into detail with it.
Sure.
But it's punishments.
I could only imagine what the number was capable of.
Thank you.
Paul? Thank you. Right, guys. What can I say? There we are. We talk to people, no one would talk about the number. And then there's people showing me it's the first definite 27 we met. And he looks like a 12-year-old child.
That nigga look 27. Fuck is this nigga talking about?
No, like you told me.
So Chris, tell me where I am now. Where am I?
Yeah, you're by the sentence side now. Sentence side.
These people, so that means these people have been sentenced for long terms inside, yeah?
Yeah.
Can I ask you one question though, Chris? We're in this yard now. How many people here are gang members, would you guess?
More than half of them. More than half? More than half, yeah. More than 50% of them.
And that's my ranking?
Very high ranking. From the 26s as well as the 27s and 28s. If you look right across, you will see there's 4 gentlemen standing.
The guys in the corner, they're looking at us now, yeah?
They are the hierarchy of the 28s.
Yeah?
They are the senior partners of the 28s.
You can see them very clearly defined that the 4 of them are sitting over there.
Yeah.
Are looking at us, yeah? And there are guys over there on the corner sitting on the steps, yeah?
They're 26.
They're 26, yeah?
It seems Pollsmoor is ruled by the number. To try and stop it spreading, the authorities segregate gang and non-gang prisoners. It's the end of my first day in Pollsmoor, and I'm wondering if I'll ever crack the code of the number. In part 2, I see how scores are settled within the walls of Pollsmoor, and I journey to gangland South Africa, where the drug-ridden streets are ruled by the gun. I'm in South Africa investigating the fearsome prison gang, The Number. So far, I've confronted a wall of silence. My guide, senior warder Chris Malhas, has told me that the prison authorities allow the Number gang to run the daily prison duties. If I can get them talking about that, I may uncover some of their secrets.
Chris? Chris, is it right to come in, yeah?
Yes, please. Sit down.
So can you explain to me what this is obviously a cell for how many guys?
I can speak so nice English. I speak good Afrikaans. 14 guys in the cell.
14 guys, yes?
The two of you work specific with the food.
Damn, I was listening so much. I just noticed you seen the 3 bump bags in the back?
Yeah, on top of the shit.
I ain't never see the 3 bump bags, gang. That's tough.
In the middle and the top is crazy.
Top, how you get up there?
Nah, actually the nigga in the middle is crazy.
Because he got one chance. I mean, this shit might crush. It's over.
That's it.
It's over.
Okay, you belongs to?
28
You belongs to 28.
28 control the food, huh?
Yes.
Has it always been like that?
Yes.
Why-
Prison.
In every prison? So why don't the 26 control the food? Why not?
Now he having work to do to clean the place, clean the offices, and when anything having work to do.
So I would guess the one that does the food has a bit more power than the one that does the cleaning. Is that true?
No, it's not a more power.
It's a balance.
It's only the balance and do it right, in the right way.
All right, this is
and can give food for everyone.
and it's done fairly. So a 28 wouldn't get more food than a 26, no?
Oh, fair, doing all
fair, straight.
Yes.
How do you feel as 26ers if you entrust them to work with the food?
We agree with them.
You agree with them? You show respect to that?
Yes.
It's a system, yeah? It's an understood system.
Yeah, understood system inside of.
It's obvious to me that survival in Pollsmoor depends on belonging to the number. But in this brotherhood, initiation and promotion are earned by violence. And for this reason, a prisoner's sentence can get longer and longer.
The 8th of February was sentenced on the 8th of February 1983 to 6 years in prison.
So 6 years. That was a long time ago. 6 years have passed. You have problems here then, yeah?
Yeah, and then I assault members, something step members, so on.
You stabbed prison people.
Prison. The last
So what
member
was the worst, yeah?
I stabbed was Mr. Murray, I and Matthews and Monges, and Mr. Mofas know it.
You stabbed him. Prison.
That's the nigga. That's the nigga. I stabbed the nigga. That's him. That's the. He poked the nigga eye out. Him. I did it, and Mr. What's the name? Know it too. I'm gonna run that shit back because he said that shit too.
I and Matthews and Monges, and Mr. Mofas know it.
You stabbed a prison warder because he was a bad man, because he was told?
It was only just to be high-ranking officers in 28.
So you were given an order to stab a warder, and that moves you up through the rank, yeah? Where did you stab him?
The first shot I was stabbed was in his chest.
You stabbed him in his chest?
The second was in his left arm. And the third shot was behind his back. And then I choose come and do the further stabbing. Like his neck, shot here. Other shots, one shot only here. A light shot here.
So was the order to kill him or just to hurt him?
The order was to kill him.
Why did you come to prison?
Damn, he said a lot.
Why? Murder, intent to murder, in housebreaking.
Have you committed any more crimes according to
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to elaborate on that? Do you want to tell us? No? I guess.
These other guys cutting with a knife and, you see, rob the people in prison and all the stuff.
One thing that surprised me, because I've been to many prisons around the world, the use of knives here seems to be far more than in other prisons. People use fist or they use metal. But here knives seem to be
I
the...
didn't use a phrase, I use a knife, but I use a cup or something like that.
A cup.
As in a cup.
Cup. So a cup, yeah?
Yeah.
It's made of metal.
Oh, you turn it into a mate.
Then you hit him on his head.
Can I touch this? It?
You beat him on his head.
So you swing it and...
See, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? That is contraband.
No, it's not. That's what you call. They work in the kitchen. It's a cup. Then he said that shit is a cup.
He's telling these niggas how they about to beat a nigga with the fucking cup. What you mean?
Contraband would be like weed or phone.
That's not like a knife? What's a knife? That's not
A knife is contraband. But if you in the kitchen, it's just like they got that privilege.
That is not. They is telling niggas how they gonna beat a nigga ass. With that, they is telling niggas like, yo.
This nigga said the order was to kill him. You telling the nigga that this nigga still work here, bro.
Bro, he said the only reason I did it was just to get a higher rank. He ain't give a fuck about that. That officer got a family, all that. You just give a fuck about a higher rank. Now this nigga gotta walk around
poked up
just cause you want to be a higher rank. That's tough, gang. That's tough. Oh my god.
Lord, that's what you
Somebody else got the this side.
This side, so you can't.
This side.
So why do you eat on that side?
To make it open. To make it open. See how the defense.
One of the best weapons is this. It's a lock on the end of a... Excuse my language.
bang you.
Yeah.
You feel the weight and you can check what it can do to a person's skull.
Sharp.
The heavier the lock, the better, because I mean, you crack your skull, you got to...
But you must not take it long.
But the lock is better because if you crack your skull, you got it.
You can't even show this shit in like a United States thing. Like,
they do about that shit. They do, but they not showing that shit. Well, some niggas do.
You can't show shit like this.
These niggas is like,
oh here, look, this is what we whoop a nigga ass with. Look, look, this is what I made last week. Look,
what
look,
the fuck?
look, split his ass right here, right down the middle. Look, I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna kill this nigga. Like,
You hit with this side, so it opens.
Right here, it's just right here. Look, just right there. Like,
that's what I'm saying, man.
That's tough. That's tough.
This
There's a less chance of missing, yeah?
Because with me, I can catch this thing. I catch it, then I got you.
Show me how. You must be short.
Slaat over my hand, and I catch it like this.
Okay?
If I catch it, then I stay up.
Okay? So, but how much you keep it?
You must keep it like short.
So you're very close to the person.
Then you can do it
Continuously.
continuously.
Food. They
showed you how to do it.
Never had access like that in a prison before. Never had.
So for you rookies, feel me? Don't make sure it's not loose, cause he gonna grab it and he gonna start poking you, nigga. So make sure it's nice and tight so you can do it continuously. It just shows y'all niggas.
That shit tough. I can't even imagine getting hit with a lock.
It's gonna split your fucking medulla open, nigga. That shit's crazy.
We're talking like that. It's totally down to the respect that Chris has, I think, inside this prison.
It seems the prisoners are beginning to trust me, and later my instinct is proved right. Unexpectedly, some of the prisoners decide to show me the Numbers' secret initiation ritual.
We're the only guys in the cell now, and we're deep in the heart of maximum security. I don't know what wing we're on, but we're in a cell for 28s and 26s. You guys, are you going to... What is this? Tell us.
It's a prison rule.
It's a prison rule. So we're seeing a ritual.
26 or 27, we must... look, when you're coming to a cell, when you're new one, you're coming to a cell. You know what? If you do this now, you'll be in deep shit.
Really? But if you're going to be in deep shit, you don't do it. Right? You don't get it. It's not a joke. It's not a joke.
It's not a joke.
People get killed here.
Yes.
So I tell you what,
We can't do a prison.
we ain't going to do it. Have some food, yeah?
The junior ranks are afraid to talk without the permission of one man. He's maimed and murdered his way to the very top of the number. He's a general in the 28, and his name is John Mongrel. I know. I have to meet him. To me, Portsmouth is like hell on earth. But Chris has spent a lifetime here amid the violence, and I wonder how he copes.
I always must be aware about safety, because you cannot do what I want to do within a not safe environment. So safety is not about the guns and the batons and the barbed wire. The safety for me is about the dynamic safety, to have a relationship, to gain understanding, to walk in their shoes, to know what's going up in their head, to know where they come from, to know what makes them tick, and why are they here? Why did they make the wrong choice? Because it's about voices. There's a lot of voices in our head, but there's choices.
With warders outnumbered 100 to 1, desperate measures are required to prevent the prison boiling over into anarchy. Blind eyes have to be turned to the...
I ain't gonna lie, their uniform a little drippy. I ain't even gonna lie. That shit a little drippy. I ain't even gonna lie. I need a pin. That shit drippy.
Just like that, bro.
That shit drippy. I ain't gonna lie.
prisoners' few illicit pleasures. Drugs and porn are rife.
people on Saturday night will look forward to the soft porn.
Yes.
They will take drugs that
Yes.
sexually heighten themselves.
Yes.
And then Sunday,
Sunday's more laid back. You know,
people
they
take
recover
drugs
from.
to bring them down from the crack or the ecstasy or whatever they've taken.
Yeah.
And they get off watching soft porn, and then they're having sex with other young boys and young men.
Young men. Young men.
And sometimes at knife point.
At knife point.
But you accept that as part and parcel of being here.
I don't accept that as part of, it's part and parcel, but you know, I don't accept it because then it becomes a norm. It could never become a norm because that is destroying the life of that person.
$25,000 people a month leave South Africa's prisons, but nearly 90% return. Prison obviously isn't a deterrent, and I want to know why.
In Paulsmoor, they have the luxury to have the best medical care, to be fed and to sleep on the bed. Whether it's now in an overpopulated place, whether they need to now share one shower, you know, one toilet, but, you know, many of them opt to be here because of that essential.
God damn. Bro, so some people don't even have a place, so they'd rather stay in here, feel me? Because they got a bed, it's heat. They'd rather share that food. They'd rather share that one shower and one toilet just to stay in there, feel me? And then up they rank. I understand because, like, alright, think about it, right? They gonna go on the outside. They just gonna be chilling doing the same shit. It's like, alright, cool, whatever. I'm just chilling. But if I go inside here, I could become somebody. Like, feel me? They're like, oh, I could become a leader. I could be the ranker. I could do this. So they got more motivation in here, which is sad though. But they got more motivation inside there than they got on the outside.
Like you said earlier that they nobody's in the real world. They're useless. And then they get in here and they just a whole totally different person.
That shit is crazy.
Being in prison is better than being out in the real world.
How funny it may sound, for them, it's better to be in prison. You know, they will use the terminology of, we are a family. They could never be a family because they're not a family. It's artificial family, but they feel respected here. You know, they feel valued here. You know, amongst them, the 26 and 27 and 28. Why are they so strong? Because they have the perception of caring for one another. And their perceptions are for them real. And we need to break down their perceptions.